Hi YouTube, this is Darkon633 and today I'm bringing a review of the Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Legends Class Protectobot Groove. Now Groove is understandably a touchy subject just because of the fact that he is indeed a Legends Class figure instead of going straight on with the deluxes that I think a lot of G1 fans are kind of looking forward to, since he would be in scale with the other Protectobots and form Defensor in the typical way that it was released in G1. Now, unfortunately for those who are more used to the G1 style, for IDW and also for the Generations figures, they decided to change Groove into a more appropriate Legends Class scale to proper represent the police motorcycle mode that he chooses as an alt mode. I personally think this is a really good idea, since a motorcycle really should not be the same scale as the other cars and so on. And I know the vehicles might not always be 100% size scaled, but they're a lot more appropriate than a bike just being as large as any of the vehicles, which I think was ridiculous. But anyways, we'll go on to the contents in the box quickly. It does contain a trading card like the other Legends Class figures, and it's usually based on that Transformers Legends game and so on. But I still really like the art that they chose for the trading cards. Now we'll look at the box, which is the typical Legends blister card. It shows a picture of Groove up there, and so on. It shows that he transforms with Defensor, but not in the traditional way, since they market it so that it can kind of attach to the chest as a piece of chest armor. But there are some fan-made combinations where you can actually kind of just place him onto some part of Groove in order to replicate the fact that the motorcycle is a part of the leg. But anyways, it does show that it transfers into 6 steps and shows a little bio here and so on. But now we'll go on to a comparison between the other Protectobots, and I'll be back to show you the comparison between the entire team so far. And here is Groove with the rest of the other Protectobots. Now, obviously, since he is a Legends Class figure, he's not going to be in scale with the other Deluxe Proctobots. I still think it's a really good design for Groove, and I really appreciate that at least Hasbro try to make it at least terms of scale, since usually scale isn't really kind of the typical thing that they kind of look into when they release Transformers. But this time I actually really appreciate that they went ahead and actually changed him into the correct scale. Now, I still really like Rook, as I mentioned in the Rook review, so I think it's still okay that they went ahead and replaced it. But anyways, we'll now go on to the articulation points of the figure, which I'll quickly take away the other Protectobots here, just to focus on Groove. Anyways, articulation points include ball joint in the shoulder, but it kind of only goes about that far due to the actual handles getting in the way, this entire black piece back here. So unfortunately you can't get a whole lot of posting in the shoulders there, but it does kind of turn just about that much on both sides. His arms are on ball joints, so allows full movement and can bend all around, so that's good. He doesn't have any head articulation, unfortunately. He has no waist articulation, but his hips are on ball joints, so allows full movement all around. Can also swivel up on the upper leg, bend at the knee, and also kind of pivot on the feet, but that's mainly towards transformation. Now, transformation for this figure is really simple, which is expected to see in the Legends Class toy. Now, one thing I don't like, which is a pet peeve of mine, is that I really hate the way that, say, Hasbro and Takar sometimes designs the motorcycles. It's understandable since the legs usually have the wheels attached some form, so I can see why they have to do the whole split design and everything. But what I really hate is the peg system, where you kind of need to peg this on the opposite side. So basically this pegs into that wheel and so on and so forth, since this got its own set of pegs. But once you get everything aligned, it should fit in properly with no major issues. So now, I'll show here. Hopefully I got it done in one shot here. Oh, good. Okay, so this is pretty good. And no, actually I missed it off just a bit. As you can see, it can be a bit tricky, but if you get used to the whole motorcycle design, then it's not that much of a problem. Okay, so let's see. There you go. Now I got it. And now what you're going to do next is push up the feet so that it becomes the full back of the motorcycle. You're going to extend these out and take them out of the way for now, since you're going to be fiddling around with it later in the transformation. You're going to push up this panel here, and lay this entire body flat. Make sure that the wheel is facing forward like that. What you're going to do is take this pin joint here and kind of keep it as straight as possible so that you can get these pieces in properly. And you're going to push in the hand so that it allows it to fit in properly. Since this doesn't actually peg it to anything, it just sits there inside here, as you can see, on both sides. And once you get that all done, you'll have Groove fully in his motorcycle mode. Now here's Groove in his vehicle mode. Now I really enjoyed the design of the police motif motorcycle that he's supposed to represent. I really think that a lot of the colors look really nice on the figure, even the random gold piece that's on there. I think the design itself is really awesome, and even though he is obviously in a smaller scale, it works really well for the character. Now, as long as you get the back piece aligned correctly, the wheel does turn really well, so you don't have to worry about anything kind of getting caught or anything, as long as everything is transferred properly. Now what's also kind of interesting is that he does still have the kickstand design here, although it's not really necessary to kind of keep there because of the thick design of the motorcycle, especially the way that the back of the motorcycle is designed. It doesn't have any real problems with balancing, so this is kind of just there to be there for design, but nothing else, because even without it, I still think it would stand decently. But anyways, what's also cool is that because of the peg that's on the side here, you can actually peg the gun or any other weapon that's at least the same scale around into there. So as you can see, he does have an ability to allow you to attach weapons onto the side of the vehicle, which is really nice. And I think it works really well, even for the small scale. But anyways, I will now show you the little comparison of the other Protectobots in their vehicle modes as well. Now here's Groove with the rest of the Protectobots. Now I really enjoy, once again, that the scale does work really well with the other Protectobots, and if he was a deluxe figure, then this would just look really out of scale and unbalanced. So I really appreciate that Hasbro went out their way to create this in a more appropriate scale than it would have been, obviously, as a larger figure. Now, even though there is a Dakar version out, unfortunately that got turned into a Dakar Tomy Mall exclusive, so getting the deluxe of the mold, especially if you got the other Protectobots, it's going to be very expensive, especially looking at the prices that I've seen online from BBTS and several other places. So I think this is the best way to go, especially since Rook is still a really nice figure. And for around the $10 to $11 or so, it's kind of depending on the store you get it from. I still think it's worth it, especially since they did make a Groove and they could have easily just skipped it altogether. Anyways, I got this from Target one day, I guess it was about a couple days ago. I don't remember the exact date and everything, but I have yet to regret getting this since I really enjoy Groove, and I think it's really nice once more that they went ahead and made it in the way they did. Anyways, please comment and subscribe, and please check out Hero Otaku and the associated channels down below. Also, check me out on Twitter under Darkon633, and WRW has now actually moved to YouTube, so go check them down there. I'm actually going to put a link on below in the description, so please check them out. And anyways, I'll see you on YouTube. Bye.